is thank you. What I want to do today is I want to make sure that I'm picking up some parts that some of you that have been with us probably know or have experience, and some of you don't. I'm going to move through it fairly quickly now. And I'm going to make sure that you hear and plainly understand some of the stuff that we've covered. I'll do this from time to time, and then I have some new information for you today. This is not a long training; it's a very short training. We do it every Saturday. I take attendance. I see a few more people. Let me write down a few things here real quick. I award those that show up. You'll see what that means later, okay? Because what you're telling me by being here is you have a desire. You have a want. You want to know, you want to learn, you want to grow, and all of that. Pick up any pieces that you possibly can. Excellent. I appreciate you being here, and I appreciate us working through this together. We're going to continue to do this over time. It's going to be a blessing that I know will change the company into billion-dollar big. We're going to move piece by piece and part by part and move through it effectively. Hey, I would like to announce my plans here pretty soon. I would like to do an in-person training, a training day, fairly soon in Virginia somewhere. And I would like to lock that in pretty soon. If you've got some thoughts for me and ideas about where that might occur and where you feel like there's some growth and some things happening, I don't care if 5 people show up or 5,000. Don't care. Okay. We start where we start. And I'd like to do an in person training that will be a chunk of a day. So we're talking about a good 6 hours. We'll take a few hours, we'll take a break, we'll take a few hours, take a break, but that kind of a thing. And I'd like to do that some Saturday and make that part of our ongoing methods. I can do it anywhere. I can do it in other states. We'll start in Virginia. I'd like to make that happen. So you let me know how you feel about a location and that type of thing. In the meantime, let me go ahead and share screen today on a couple items, and I will move through this very quickly. It's what I do. But I've shown this one before only once, but I want to show it again because it's very important. Sometimes we forget. We just we just flat forget. The quite frankly, the idea that is business. We forget business. And I think it's important that we recall and we remember it. And I think it's important that we frankly we understand it and kind of go through it together because I want to make sure that all of you are on board with this. And first of all, before I do anything else, I've got to make sure that you guys see this plainly. Mike, can you see the screen as it exists with a treat a business like a business?
Right now, all we see is you, Scott.
Okay, let me back out one more time. It was a little techie this morning on my side, but let me see if I can bring it out. Yeah, it's not wanting to play.
Technology's been very interesting this morning.
It's a little touchy.
It has been.
Yeah, it's a little touchy right now. So I want to take a look at this, make sure that it's doing what it's supposed to do for me. Right now, it is not. Interesting. Okay. Well, I may just have to walk you through it as is. So let me first of all say this to you because this is so important. And even though you're not seeing this is easy for me to talk about. When we're professionals in this industry, we've got to act like professionals. A lot of people come into the business. A lot of people come into the industry of direct sales, network marketing, MLM, whatever you want to call it. A lot of people come into it and they come into it with what I would call an unlikely mindset. Their unlikely mindset is like, well, it's just going to happen. Well, that's not business. Business is about what you do and how it affects your bottom line. So the first thing is your workspace. Many of you sent me pictures of your workspace some time ago. I enjoyed seeing those. Some of you work from a corner in the room. Some of you work from a little teeny laptop sitting someplace. Some of you have your big desk. Some of you have a whole room dedicated. Wherever your workspace is, your office, that's yours. Wherever that is, that's yours. That's your space, but have a dedicated space. That's important. Now you may say, well, that's pretty common sense, but you'd be surprised. We don't know for sure, but people believe that the statistic is that 9 out of 10 people, that's 90%, in this industry do not have a dedicated workspace for their business. I got to tell you, that's scary, and that's probably a very good part of the reason that they struggle. Now, I had a good meaning person say the other day, "Hey, look, no, I'm good. I my workspace is my phone. That's what I do." Well, that's all great, but you still have to have a home base. You really do. Let's treat a business like a business. Let's really have a home base, a space, a place where you go to do the things. That doesn't mean you don't walk around or pace while you're talking on the phone. That's fine, but you have to have a space and a place where you keep tabs of where you are and what's going on. Very important. Now,
Hey, Scott,
you also have,
I just changed something. Try sharing it again.
okay, I sure will. Hang on one second, folks. I feel like it's important for you all to hear because, quite frankly, it is important. Let me look at this share screen real quick. Aha. You did indeed. Okay, so now, Mike, tell me if you see this screen.
We see it.
Hey, thanks for taking care of me on that. Well, it's very important. So we understand this together and we look at this together. I feel like it is a crucial piece to all of our understanding. I want to do this from the beginning for you very quickly. Treat a business like a business, right? And here's the workspace that you guys sent me a while back. Man, I love this. Look at some of those cool places, right? I love this, and I study this from time to time just to remind myself of who you are and your working stuff, and where things are in your world. Man, I love it. I love it. I love it. So goal setting. Let's talk about goal setting for the day and the week. Don't go much past that because it's too blurry. It's too much. There's too much blur in that. Where are we going to go today? On the day that you work, you might work 3 days a week, 4 days a week, whatever it is, you're going to make sure that you're goal setting for that particular work day. While we're talking about it, let's just say, what are the days you're going to work? How many days a week? Maybe you want to work out the whole month. Your schedule may be weird. You may have a job or something like that that requires you to change your schedule every week, and you don't know what your schedule is until it comes on. That's fine. Don't plan too far out. Do it a little bit at a time and decide how many hours you will work each of those days. Can I tell you my work schedule? Many of you may know it already. I work 4 days a week, 3 hours. You heard me right. 12 hours in a week. That's all I do. Now, I'll do things like this, trainings and stuff like that from a corporate standpoint, sure. But working on an actual business, making sales and doing what I do, I will work 3 hours in a given day. And that's a good bit, by the way. Be surprised. Here's the key to this. If you haven't heard anything else, hear this. Don't do something that you don't think that other people can accomplish. Hey guys, there's a little bit of noise. Could you mute yourself? Could you mute yourself for me, please? But this is important. If you say, well, I'm going to work 10 hours a day and I'm going to do it 6 days a week, can other people duplicate that? Ask yourself that question. Can the working mom, the single mom with 2 jobs, can she duplicate that? No, you do something that can be duplicated by others. Pick the busiest person in your organization and you make it doable for them. And that's what you want people to copy. Now, if they can do more, go for it. But make the plan something that people can duplicate. I think 4 days in my week and 3 hours during those days is a good plan that anyone can duplicate. All right. That's why I use that. I use this method right here. I call it 531. 5 things that you do that lead to a sale. That may be sending an email, making a phone call, sending a text message to someone, sending them a video, giving them an invite to a phone call or a program like this. Great. Perfect. But you're going to do during your workday 5 things. And then at the end of doing those 5 things, you're going to do 3 things to prepare for your next workday. What does that mean? You're going to pick your next 5 people, the things you're going to send them, and the contact information. In other words, you're going to have those up. I use, many of you have seen, index cards or Post-it notes where I actually put the person's name. I put the way that I'm going to contact them, email, text, whatever. I'm going to put their phone number or their email, whatever it is. And I want to also put down what I'm sending them. I'll do that. I'll prepare for the next day. So literally, I will have that up on the board so that next time I come in my office, it's already done. Okay, here's that person. Here's what I'm going to send them. Here's how I'm going to send it. Boom, 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 boom. I go through all 5 of them. So what are the 3 things? Picking your people, picking their contact information, picking the information that you're going to send them. Those are the 3 things you do for the 5 things that you're going to do your next workday. And then one person to edify. I always edify somebody every workday. Call them, talk to them, thank them, that type of thing. Okay, very simple stuff. There it is in front of you, the 531 explained. 5 things that lead to a sale: emails, texts, Zoom, invites, phone conversations, meetings, that type of thing. 3 things that prepare you for the next workday: 5 people to contact, the way you want to contact them, whatever that contact info is, their cell phone number, their email, however it is, and what you want to send them, what link, what invite, what piece of information. Got it? And then, of course, the edification. That can be someone in your business or out of your business. It just gives you a kind of a spirit of kindness, because we're always being thankful, right? That's it, folks. That's it. Treating a business like a business is that simple. Now, I want to make sure that you feel this, because you're like probably saying to yourself, and you probably have on any training that I've done, you're probably like, man, that's just crazy. It's so easy. That's just too easy. No, it's duplicatable. Duplicatable. If I came on here and I'm a big guru guy and I come on here and I go, okay, all you got to do is spend $300 a week and buy this and do this and do this and run this thing and have this going on. Who can duplicate this? I was named Teacher of the Year twice by Time Warner. And the reason that I was is because my students, inner city kids, everybody counted them out. Counted them out. And I was like, no way, man. There's no way. What's being done here? See, in my mind, if we break things down in a way that people can understand them and digest them, long story short, my kids out-achieved everybody else. And it's because we were able to break it down into bite-sized pieces, digestible, and they could duplicate. People didn't care enough just to slow down and help these children from where they were. They just threw stuff at them. They thought new computers will do it. New computers aren't going to do it. They thought, oh, well, we'll just throw this at that complex problem. That's not going to help. What's going to help is be caring enough just to share a very simple method and do it over and 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 over. I've been the top seller in every company I've ever been in. Not because I'm great, but because I can be copied easily. I just give that very easy method to my team and say, hey, do this. Well, that's too easy. Good. Do it. Share that with your people. Good. Excellent. Let's copy. Let's keep going. Let's keep doing. That's important, folks. How duplicatable is it? Very. I put 2 million people in a company. I didn't do it. We did it. We did it. You can personally sign up a lot, or you can personally sign up a few. You just do the math sometime and just take 2 and double it to 4 to 8 to 16 to 32 to 64 to just keep going. 128, 200, just keep going. You'll see how quickly, and imagine if you did that every week, how many weeks would it take you to get there? It's easy to figure out. It's easy to understand. But the only way for it to work is for it to work for everyone. Why would I go out here and be all that in a bag of chips and how great I am and ooh, well, and all right, fam, I'm going to tell you this. I want you to watch out for tool salesmen. Be careful. You know who made the most money in the gold rush? The dudes selling the shovels. Okay? There are some guys that make money in network marketing, and there are some guys and gals that make money on network marketing. Be careful, because they'll all tell you they got the greatest thing in the world, and they'll sell you something that's supposed to solve all your problems. Beware. We help each other by giving each other a system that's easy to do. So what is the system? What are we talking about? How do we march forward with this? All right, here's what we do. We find 2 people that we trust that trust us, and we talk to them first. Okay? I call it sphere marketing. I'm not going to show you a picture of this right now, but I call it sphere marketing. It's very simple. The first thing that anyone that I bring in a team does, very first thing, is they give us their 2 people. That's all I'm expecting. I don't want 20. I don't want 50. I don't want 500. The thing that you want to do, the thing that you need to do, the thing that you must do is keep this doable by everyone. Here's the wrong thing to do. All right. I'm just going to be honest with you, because this is I don't want to tell you how many years. It's a lot of experience in this industry, decades and decades and decades. But here's the experience. If I sit you down and say, okay, write me a list of 100 people, I just blew it. I just blew it. You know why? You're asking everybody to do that, and that's not duplicable. We can't ask people to duplicate that. I get it. I understand why we do it. I don't think it's a terrible and awful and horrible idea if any of you have ever done it, but my goodness, can you just give me 2? Forget 100. I don't want 100 names. I don't want 50 names. I don't want 25 names. I don't want 10 names. I don't want 5 names. I want 2. 2, baby, 2. That's all I want. You give me 2 that you say, I think these are 2 that I can talk to. I'm going to talk to these 2 right here. Then I'm going to be like, all right, let's do those 2. Let's get those 2 taken care of right now, right here, right on the spot. Does that mean, I'm going to ask you all a question. You shake your head, yes or no. Do you think that means that you're going to get those 2 sales, yes or no? No, that doesn't mean that they're going to say yes. One of them might, both of them might, both of them might not, but that means you have begun. For every no you get, you're that much closer to your yes. Okay? But we got to start somewhere. Let's start, and let's give them information. What information are we going to give them? You might ask. How are we going to do that? Well, let me show you something else. Any number of ways to do this, because you might know this person so well. You might know them so well because they're your first 2. I know 2 people. Let me tell you something. I know 2 people that if I go to them and say, hey, I need you in this business, they say, okay, how much is it? They don't even ask me. They're like, I already know you're going to go and it's going to be successful. Let's have some fun. I'm in. Okay. Some of you might not have that relationship, okay? And it may be tougher. Some of you may, what they call it, the NFL, and I'm not talking football. I'm talking no friends left. You've been in this long enough, you may have burned a few bridges. That's okay, because this is a learning process. But I'm just saying to you that it may take a little bit. It may take a little bit of time. Don't get discouraged, but just go 2, take 2, start with 2, deliver information to 2. And why are we doing this again? Because you can duplicate this. I'm not asking you to go out here and do 20 things, 50 things, 100 things. Now, I am going to ask you maybe to focus on 2 people, but start delivering information to at least 5. Remember the 5, 3, 1? Start delivering information to 5 people. 2 of them you're really focused on, but you're sending a video link. You're sending an invite. You're doing some things. I'm going to share some screen. Hang on. Because I love this stuff. And I just think we've made a mess. We made such a mess. Let's see if I can do this again. I think this worked. Brother Mike, we good? We good here? Akana Lifestyle?
Yes, sir.
Oh, good.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. So looking at this little app that we've got. I showed this the other day. I want to show it again very quickly here. This Akana Lifestyle app you can put on your phone. If you've not done it already, you need to. That's what the icon looks like. That's a picture of my dog, by the way, on that screen, but I blurred him out. There's the Akana Lifestyle. Go to the App Store, download Akana Lifestyle. You'll see it. It looks just like that. The icon does. Download that to your phone. Once you've downloaded on it, you want to click on it, and it'll bring up a page that looks like that one there on the right-hand side. It says Office. It's got all these little tiles on it. Office, Quick Send, Resources, Calendar, Contact. It's got all that on that. If you're not on that page when you enter your app, then click around till you find it. It's on there. Once you find this page, then click on Quick Send. It'll bring up something that gives you a choice like this: customer prospects, distributor prospects. Are you trying to get a customer just to buy product, or are you trying to get someone to join the business with you? Okay, that's a distributor. Later on, we're going to have training stuff. So when someone asks you a question like, oh, how's this work, or what's that, you can just send them something from here. So you're somebody on your team, you can just click and send them something from this spot right here. But right now, customer, distributor. Let's just say I'm going to pick distributor from this. I'm going to click on distributor. It brings up some choices here. I can pick from a series of videos we've pre-selected that are all really, really good. In this particular case, I've had someone who's interested in the business, and they said, hey, what's the money look like? So I'm going to send them the Akana compensation plan. See the second row there? It says compensation plan. I'm going to click on that one and send it to them. When I click on that, it asks me whether I'm going to share or open it. If you've not seen it yourself, you should open it and watch it yourself before you send it to anybody else. Okay? So you're familiar with it. Or you could go ahead and click share. In this case, let's choose share. So we click on share. It brings up my choices down there. See, I've got text, I've got Gmail, I've got whoever I want to send it to. So when I send this, I'm going to send a text in this case, which is my little red message box on my phone. I'm going to click that. I'm going to choose. I've already chosen the person I'm going to text it to because I've done that on my Post-it notes. I've picked my 2 that I'm going to start working with, and I've got 5 that I'm working through. Here's what it looks like. It shows up like this. So if you want to type something on that, you'll click on that text box and you'll type a little something, and that'll be the link underneath of it. But that's how you do it. That's what they're going to see. You might call them on the phone and say, hey, I just sent you a link, and just send them this. Check that out. Any number of things that you can do. See how easy that is? Here's what'll pop up. They'll see that. Oh, I want to play that. They're going to play it. And in fact, if they just want to read it, they can click on transcript, and that'll pop up like that. They can just read the thing. There's somewhere where they can't turn the volume up. They can read it while they're watching it. It's so easy. You can use that to do part of your 5 things that lead to a sale. And don't forget to follow up with them and say, what did you think of the video? How did you like it? And so on and so forth. See how easy that was? See how easy that was? See how fast that was? Wasn't that amazing? Look at that. You downloaded the icon, you click on it. It brings up the tiles. You click on Quick Send. You choose distributor in this particular case. You click on whichever one you want to send them. I'm going to send the compensation plan. I click share. I pick how I want to share it. Do I want to send an email? Do I want to send whatever? It's your regular phone. It's what you're used to seeing. Click on it, send it, boom. They get that and they click on it and they see this and they go through the whole thing, or they read the whole thing. That's it. That is the entire process, friends. That is phenomenal. When you think about that, when you go through that, can everyone do that? Yes, they can. Can everyone accomplish that? Remember, this is actually about doing this very thing. This is about managing a organization that you're making everything doable by everybody. Nobody ever came in a business that didn't actually want to succeed. I say it again. Nobody ever came in a business that didn't actually want to succeed. They want to have success. They just don't know how. So let's teach them how. Somebody asked, do you need the app? Yes, I think you need the app. Okay. It doesn't cost you anything. If you're part of this business, you can just download that, right? The truth is that you could do this. You could send a text message yourself and send a link. It's just so much easier. Ask me how long it took me to send someone something this morning on my app. 6 seconds. 6 seconds. Now I've gotten good at it. Might take you, if you're just starting, it could be what? 12 seconds? 15 seconds? Come on, man. You can do it. I promise you can do it. More importantly, hear me out. They can do it. That's the more important piece. They can do it. Have you ever looked at a leader and they got their act so together and they talk great and up on the stage and wow, man. And you just wonder, man, you know, that shouldn't be the example. The example ought to be the quiet little gentleman or the quiet lady in the back of the room who's not outspoken, who doesn't go all crazy and get up there and cheerlead and all that stuff. Now, I love people like that. I'm one of those people. But the fact is, the real example ought to be the person who is the quiet person who's withdrawn, and yet there they are. They're making $4,000, $5,000, $8,000 a month because they followed a simple system, tick, 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 and they just were consistent. At the end of the day, this is really about knowing two people that you trust who trust you. Keeping 5 people in the pipeline and continually delivering information until they themselves decide, I'm interested, and come to you to say, how do I get started in this? Does that take time, effort, and energy? Yes. Is there magic to signing them up? Let me put it this way. I can't sign the same people up that you can sign up. You can't sign the same people up that I sign up. I attract a certain people. You attract a certain people. I don't know what you do in life. I don't know if you're a hairdresser, a mechanic, a business owner. I don't know. But the people you and I know are different people. You know who you know. I can't deal with those people because I don't know them. You know them. You can talk to them. You can move to them. You can help them. You can send them information. That is your circle. There is no magic. The magic is you. And I hate to use the word magic. It's the blessing, really. That's you. Because you're the person who knows them, can talk to them, can offer them the opportunity of a lifetime, which is a kana, by the way. It's beautiful. I've been helping a company recently. They have 130,000 plus people in their organization. They average 5,000 people on a phone call every single time they have a phone call. They average 5,000. Sounds amazing, doesn't it? That is a miserable company. Miserable. They're fighting. They're carrying on. They're so competitive. It's a dog-eat-dog thing. My advice to them was to stop. You're developing a culture that will eventually eat itself. Everybody could take a lesson off of Akana's culture. I love this company. And by this company, I mean you. You make me happy. You make me feel at home. I feel family. It's a beautiful place. It's a wonderful place to invite people. It's a wonderful piece. You know, when people come hang out with us at different events and things like that, man, it's joy. It's just nothing but joy. This is a great place to bring people that you care about. I wouldn't invite my dog to that other company. And I love my dog, but I wouldn't invite my dog. I mean it. Greed, anger, it's a different world. I don't care. You can define success however you want to define success, but success to me is loving a company enough to invite my favorite people to it. And then that is success. If I love it so much, I've found such a home, I'll invite anybody to that. I love my church. I'll invite anybody to my church. Okay? I love Akana. I'll invite anybody. Do you know 2 people? Then invite them. This is a great place for them to be. And don't be scared, because the thing about it is, the thing that scares most people is I don't know how to help them after that. Just tell them to find 2 people. Show them how to download the app. It's in your app store. Go to your app store, whether it's Google Play or Apple app or whatever it's called. Go there, download the Akana Lifestyle app, and then play with it. You can't break it. Play with it. You'll see all the stuff that's back there. It's amazing. It's a wonderful tool. Now, that's only one tool. You can do all sorts of things. Your 2 people that are your favorite people, you might just be able to call them on the phone, have a conversation. You mind if I send you something? Hey, can I invite you to a call? I want you to hear this. I want you to see this. We got a call Thursday night that's just on the phone. They don't even need to be on Zoom. Okay? Thursday night, 8:00 on the Wakana wake up with a Wakana call, the old number. Okay? We've got this. I think the 11:00 presentation on Saturdays here is awesome. 11:00 Eastern. That's 10 Central, 9 Mountain, 8 Pacific. For you California folks, you got to get out of bed early on a Saturday for that one. But it's a great presentation. Then bring them to this training. They don't have to be in the company to come to this training just to hear what we're doing here. The truth is that I want them to learn how to be successful in this industry. So few people know it. It blows my mind. In an industry that creates more millionaires than any other industry on planet Earth, we're not teaching anybody. Seemingly, it's almost like we're just throwing them against the wall and saying, "Golly, I hope you make it. Good luck." I don't want to do that to them. Let's give them goals that they can reach. Here's your homework. You ready? You ready for some homework? I need your help. So here's your homework. This is the old school teacher in me right now. Okay, I'm giving homework. Can you believe it? Here's your homework. Number 1, I need to know if you know someone in another country. I mean, know them, not know of them, know them. Could actually call them up and talk to them, have a personal acquaintance with someone from another country. And if you do, I'd love to know about it. Don't need to know their name, but I'd love to know where that is. The country, the space, and the place. Love to know. I'm focused right now on opening up the world for us. I'd love to know this information. Okay? Homework piece number 2. I'd love to know the struggle that you have. What is the struggle? And I don't mean necessarily with your health or anything super personal. I'd love to know with this company. What do you find is the hardest thing for you? I want to teach on those things. I'm not scared of those things. You might say it's actually, what do I send people? Or how do I communicate with people? Or I've already burned all my bridges. Or, well, let's talk about those things. As a matter of fact, My focus next week, and I had a different focus this week, but I really wanted to address this today. My focus next week is going to be answering your specific things. But in order to do that, I need you to send them to me. Do you mind doing that? And here's how I'd like to do it. Matter of fact, while we're here, I'm going to put my Gmail address. Right there. I just sent it to you. That was a direct message. Sorry. Hang on. Charlotte, you got that. Hold on, everyone in the meeting. How about that? What's the hardest thing about growing this business? Let's start to solve some problems. Let's start to solve some problems. Let me start to address those very specific things that are slowing you down. Don't be afraid. No, there's nothing stupid. I'm not going to call anybody out and say, oh, you should be able to handle that. I'm not going to do that because your problems are real. Let's start from where you are and let's do the thing that needs to be done in order to help you do this. This is super important. So send me an email. It can be more than one thing. And by the way, you guys are leaders. Many of you are leaders on here. You might know some things of your group. They're struggling in your group.
And no longer.
So you might want to take a moment and say, in my group, I'm hearing these things. It's okay because I want to address them next Saturday. We're going to address them hardcore. I'm going to go right through it with you because I really, really want to help. Remember these things.
Excuse me, Scott. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
This is Shirley in Chicago. I do not see your Gmail account. Can you put it in the chat also so that we can get that Gmail account?
I did.
Did you?
Yes.
I'm not getting it for some reason. And I'm in Chicago.
Okay.
Scott.
Do others of you see it right now?
I do see it.
Now
Yeah.
I see it. Now
Okay.
I see it.
I can send it.
I
Oh,
see it.
it's like a delayed. It's
Yeah,
coming
it's
in
kinda
delayed. So
Shirley,
it's,
Shirley, did you get it?
Yes, sir. I see
Okay,
it now.
good. Okay, good. Make sure y'all write that down and send it to me because this is what we're going over next week, big time. Invite as many people as you can. Look, we got a good group on here right now. Okay? And I want as many of you to email me as possible. And I'm going to make it all about how can I help you personally. This is the group right here, by the way. Do you realize what you've done? Can I commend you? Can I applaud you?
And we applaud you. Thank you so much.
Oh, I'm applauding you. You know what?
Back at you, Scott. Back
Oh
at you.
man.
thank you.
I'm-
Love you.
I just love
Thank you
you.
for
Can
the
I say
time.
this?
We appreciate you, Scott.
Back at you, Scott. $1 billion big.
Hey, did I say this out loud? Do you know last week we had half this many people? You know what that means? Today we got 48. I'm reading 48 on here. Do you know what that means? That means duplication is happening.
Correct.
Duplication is happening. Can we increase that number next week? Can it increase even more next week?
Yes.
Yes.
Gonna work on it.
Quite a
Yes.
few more people next week, and I'm going to start answering these questions, and I'm going to give more nuggets next week. But I want to increase that number on Saturday. I promise. And now we've run long today. I always say it's going to be short. I apologize. But the truth is that if we can ramp that number, this duplication is actually showing itself on face. In other words, it's working before your very eyes. We saw half the number. This week we see double the number. It's working before your very eyes. Duplication is occurring on this call. Now I just say, we just transfer that to everything that we do. Go out and talk to a couple people about bringing them to this call. Okay, let's duplicate the call method. We're going to duplicate the efforts by sending people links, by sending people stuff. By the way, next week, oh, I better write this down because it just came in my head. Hang on. Next week, I'm going to show you my 3 favorite links in Asana. My 3 favorite links in Asana that I would send someone because I love them and it really hits and people are like excited after I show them. I'm going to show you my 3 favorite links next week. Okay? And I think you should use them when you're sending these things out to people. Matter of fact, you know the 5 things I do that lead to a sale? Often I'll send the same link to all 5 of those people. And then next week, I'm going to send that second link that I like so much to all 5 of those. My next work day in the office, I'll send them the next one. So I love these 3 links. I think they're the most powerful things for me. For me. For you, it might be a different choice, but I'm going to give you my 3 favorites. And we're going to duplicate this call. There are going to be more people on this call. You know what? I got to write down a few of these extra names because some others came on. Man, before long, I'm going to need a secretary because I can't keep up with this. Oh, yeah. I'm going to award. Listen, you don't even know. I'm awarding the people who do. I'm awarding the
Scott, I
people
just
who.
sent you something in the chat.
Okay, hang on. Yes, that's what I wanted to do for sure, was to ask about their why and the products they like most. Now, my goal was to never run a call too long because it wipes people out. Okay, it wipes them out. Thank you for reminding me of that because I actually do want to do that. Not today. Oh, I need to know it though. I get too excited. So what I would say to you is I want to answer your questions next week. And Dr. Roz, you need to help me remember that I promised I wanted to hear about their why and the products that they like the most. I really want to hear this because I know what products I like the most. I do. I'm crazy about some of the product, but I want to know what you all think because it gives me a better feel for the company and where we're at. So let's do that next week also. That's going to be a little longer call. Brace people for it. Just a little longer call next Saturday so that I can hear from everybody and I can answer a lot of these questions. And if it takes me 2 Saturdays to do it, well, fine. We're going to work through it together. I'm so excited you all for this. I can't even believe it. I can't believe it. You're doing it. I should have believed it because I know you. In the email, your homework, remember, you need to send me some information. You need to send me the information that says what is stopping you. What's the hard part about Asana for you? And I'm not here to chastise you. I want to learn. I think the greatest learners are the greatest teachers. How do I know how to help you if I don't know how to help you? Right? You need to tell me what's the struggle building Asana for you. Send me an email. I won't pick you out. I won't embarrass you. I just want that information so I can talk about it. Okay? And my email's in there. I wrote it in there to everybody. Send me an email to that Gmail address and I'll look at it and I'll address it next week. And also next week, I'm going to open the lines up. I want to hear about your favorite product, why you're doing this. I want to learn you better, right? I want to get to know you better. We're duplicated and calls duplicated. That's step 1. I can always tell by a call. It's step 1. Now, if the call goes backwards, we got a problem. Duplication means now, if you're on this call for the very first time today, next week, can you come and bring someone else? You just duplicated yourself. If you're on this call right now and you've been here many, many times and you're bringing friends, beautiful. Have your friends bring friends. Help them duplicate. Have them invite. Have them bring people to the table. And we've got to get this simplicity in our mind. Network marketing is not hard. Direct sales business is not hard. Being successful and making money in this industry is not hard. We make it hard by creating a situation that others cannot achieve. They cannot copy. They cannot duplicate. But if I say to you, do this first, and it's doable, everybody ought to be able to do it. And you can tell all your people. Now, will some people still not do it? Oh, yeah. It's just life, I'm afraid. It doesn't mean count them off, kick them out, forget about them. That just means it's not their time. Their time will come. It's just part of it, right? But the ones who want it, and I believe that everyone that gets in a business has an initial desire to be successful. Let's give them a path. Let's give them a doable path. When my students overachieved and their test scores were blown out of the water and they were getting college scholarships and all that goes with it, they wanted to praise me. They wanted to do all this stuff. They wanted to give me the awards and everything. I wouldn't do it. I didn't achieve it. They did. I just gave them the path. Do you know the one award I did accept? I told you, 2-time Teacher of the Year, because it was offered by the students. Their votes put me there. That, oh man, that's an honor right there. Our success will happen because of you. I can't wait till next week. I got to let you go because I could go on. We could go crazy here. Know that I love you. Know that God is good. We're going to continue to go down this lane. And I appreciate each and every one of you. Have a beautiful Saturday and enjoy the rest of your day. And I'll see you next Saturday. Here we go. Here we go.
Thank you, Scott.
Thank you, Scott.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.